Act 1 Scene 1. Enter face in a captain's uniform, with his sword drawn, and subtle with a vile, quarreling, and followed by dull common face. Believe T, I will. Sub. Thy worse. Dull. Have you your wits? Why, gentlemen, for love, face. Sir, I'll strip you. Sub. What to do? Face. Rogue, out of all your sleights. Dull. Nay, licky, sovereign, general, are you madmen? Sub. Oh, let the wild sheep loose. I'll gum your silks with good strong water, and you come. Dull. Will you have the neighbors hear you? Will you betray all? Hark. I hear somebody. Face. Sir, sub. I shall mar all that the tailor has made if you approach. Face. You most notorious whelp, you insolent slave, dare you do this? Sub. Yes, faith, yes, faith. Face. Why, who am I, my mongrel, who am I? Sub. I'll tell you. Since you know not yourself. Face. Speak lower, rogue. Sub. Yes, you were once, times not long past, the good honest plain, livery 3-pound thrum, that kept your master's worship's house here in the friars, for the vacation's face. Will you be so loud? Sub. Since, by my means, translated suburb captain. Face. By your means, Dr. Dog. Sub. Within man's memory, all this I speak of. Face. Why, I pray you, have I been countenanced it by you, or you by me? Do but collect, sir, where I met you first. Sub. I do not hear well. Face. Not of this, I think it. But I shall put you in mind, sir, at Pie Corner, taking your meal of steam in, from cook's stalls, where, like the father of hunger, you did walk piteously costive, with your pinched horn nose, and your complexion of the Roman wash, stuck full of black and melancholic worms. Like powder corn shot at the artillery yard. Sub. I wish you could advance your voice a little. Face. When you went pinned up in the several rags, you had racket and picket from dunghills, before day, your feet in mouldy slippers, for your kibes, a felt of rug, and a thin threaden cloak, that scarce would cover your no buttock sub. So, sir. Face. When all your alchemy, and your algebra, your minerals, vegetals, and animals, your conjuring, cozening, and your dozen of trades, could not relieve your corpse with so much linen, would make you tinder, but to see a fire, I got you countenance, credit for your coals, your stills, your glasses. Your materials, built you a furnace, drew you customers, advocated all your black arts, lent you, beside, a house to practice in sub. Your master's house. Face. Where you have studied the more thriving skill of bawdry since. Sub. Yes, in your master's house. You and the rats here kept possession. Make it not strange. I know you a one could keep the buttery hatch still locked, and save the chippings, sell the dull beer to quavity men, the which, together with your Christmas fails a post and pair, your letting out of counters, made you a pretty stock, some 20 marks. And gave you credit to converse with cobwebs, here, since your mistress's death hath broke up house. Face. You might talk softlier, rascal. Sub. No, you scarab, I'll thunder you in pieces. I will teach you, how to beware to tempt a fury again that carries tempest in his hand and voice. Face. The place has made you valiant. Sub. No, you clothes. Thou vermin, have I tanned thee out of dung, so poor, so wretched, when no living thing would keep thee company, but a spider or worse. Based thee from brooms, and dust, and watering pots, sublimed thee, and exalted thee, and fixed thee in the third region, call it our state of grace. Wrought thee to spirit, to quintessence, with pains would twice have won me the philosopher's work. Put thee in words and fashion, made thee fit for more than ordinary fellowships. Give me thy oaths, thy quarreling dimensions, the rules to cheat, at horse race, cockpit, cards, dice, or whatever gallant tincture else. Made thee a second in mine own great art. And have I this for thanks? Do you rebel? Do you fly out the projection? Would you be gone now? Dull. Gentlemen, what mean you? Will you marvel? Sub. Slave, thou hadst had no name dull. Will you undo yourselves with civil war? Sub. Never been known, pass equi clubinem, the heat of horse dung, underground, in cellars, or in ale-house darker than deaf John's, been lost to all mankind, but laundresses and tapsters, had not I been. Dull. Do you know who hears you, sovereign? Face. Sir Dull. Nay, general, I thought you were civil. Face. I shall turn desperate, if you grow thus loud. Sub. And hang thyself, I care not. Face. Hang thee, collier, and all thy pots and pans, in picture, I will, since thou hast moved me. Dull. Asido, this lure through all. Face. Bite thee up bought and pulls, have all thy tricks of cozening with the hollow coal, dust, scrapings, searching for things lost, with a sieve and shears, erecting figures in your rows of houses, and taking in of shadows with a glass, told in red letters, and a face cut for thee. Worse than Gamaliel Ratsies. Dull. Are you sound? Ha your senses, masters. Face. I will have a book, but barely reckoning thy impostures, shall prove a true philosopher's stone to printers. Sub. Away, you trencher rascal. Face. Out, you dog leech. The vomit of all prisons, Dull. Will you be your own destructions, gentlemen? Face. Still spewed out for lying too heavy on the basket. Sub. Cheater. Face. Bought. Sub. Cowherd. Face. Conjure. Sub. Cuppers. Face. Which. Dull. Oh me. We're ruined. Lost. How you no more regard to your reputations. Where's your judgment? Slight, have yet some care of me, O you republic face. Away, this scratch. I'll bring thee, rogue, within the statute of sorcery, tricesimo tertio of Harry the Eighth. And perhaps thy neck within a noose, for laundering gold and barbing it. Dull. You'll bring your head within a coxcomb, will you? She catcheth out face his sword, and breaks Subtle's glass. And you, sir, with your menstrue, gather it up. Steeth, you abominable pair of stinkards, leave off your barking, and grow one again, or, by the light that shines, I'll cut your throats. I'll not be made a prey unto the martial for ne'er a snarling dog bolt of you both. How you together cozen it all this while, and all the world, and shall it now be said, you've made most courteous shift to cozen yourselves. To face. You will accuse him. You will bring him in within this statute. Who shall take your word? The Warson, upstart, apocryphal captain, whom not a Puritan in Blackfriars will trust so much as for a feather. And you, too, to Subtle, will give the cause. Forsooth, you will insult, and claim a primacy in the divisions. You must be chief. As if you only had the powder to project with, and the work were not begun out of equality. The venture tripartite. All things in common. Without priority. Steeth. You perpetual curs, fall to your couples again, and cozen kindly, and heartily, and lovingly, as you should, and lose not the beginning of a term, or, by this hand, I shall grow factious too, and take my part, and quit you. Face. 'Tis his fault, he ever murmurs, and objects his pains, and says, the weight of all eyes upon him. Sub. Why, so it does. Dull. How does it? Do not we sustain our parts? Sub. Yes, but they are not equal. Dull. Why, if your part exceed today, I hope ours may tomorrow match it. Sub. They may. Dull. Nay, murmuring mastiff. And do. Death on me. Help me to throttle him. Seizes Sub. By the throat. Sub. Dorothy. Mistress Dorothy. Odds precious, I'll do anything. What do you mean? Dull. Because your fermentation and cibation. Sub. Not I, by heaven. Dull. Your soul and Luna help me. To face. Sub. Would I were hanged then. I'll conform myself. Dull. Will you, sir? Do so then, and quickly. Swear. Sub. What should I swear? Dull. To leave your faction, sir, and labor kindly in the common work. Sub. Let me not breathe if I meant aught beside. I only essayed those speeches as a spur to him. Dull. I hope we need no spurs, sir. Do we? Face. Slid. Prove today who shall shark best. Sub. Agreed. Dull. Yes, and work close and friendly. Sub. Slight. The knot shall grow the stronger for this breach, with me. They shake hands. Dull. Why, so, my good baboons. Shall we go make a sort of sober, scurvy, precise neighbors, that scarce have smiled twice since the king came in, a feast of laughter at our follies. Vassals would run themselves from breath, to see me ride, or you tave but a hole to thrust your heads in, for which you should pay your rent. No, agree. And may Don Provost ride a feasting long, in his old velvet jerkin and stained scarce, my noble sovereign and worthy general, ere we contribute a new cruel garter to his most worsted worship. Sub. Royal Dull. Spoken like Cloridiana and thyself. Face. For which of supper, thou shalt sit in triumph, and not be still dull common, but dull proper, dull singular. The longest cut at night, shall draw thee for his dull particular. Bell rings without. Sub. Who's that? One rings. To the window. Dull. Exit. Dull. Pray. Heathen, the master do not trouble us this quarter. Face. Oh, fear not him. Well, there dies one a week o' the plague, he's safe from thinking toward London. Beside, he's busy at his hop yards now. I had a letter from him. If he do, he'll send such word, for airing o' the house, as you shall have sufficient time to quit it, though we break up a fortnight, 'tis no matter. Re-enter Dull. Sub. Who is it? Dull. Dull. A fine young quodling. Face. Oh, my lawyer's clerk, I lighted on last night, in Holborn, at the Dagger. He would have, I told you of him, a familiar, to rifle with at horses, and win cups. Dull. Oh, let him in. Sub. Stay. Who shall dot? Face. Get your robes on. I will meet him, as going out. Dull. And what shall I do? Face. Not be seen. Away. Exit. Dull. Seem you very reserved. Sub. Enough. Exit. Face. Aloud and retiring. God be with you, sir, I pray you let him know that I was here, his name is Dapper. I would gladly have stayed, but, Act 2 Face, alone Dap. Within. Captain, I am here. Face. Who's that? He's come, I think. Doctor. Enter Dapper. Good faith, sir, I was going away. Dap. In truth I am very sorry, Captain. Face. But I thought sure I should meet you. Dap. I am very glad. I had a scurvy writ or two to make, and I had lent my watch last night to one that dines today at the sheriff's, and so was robbed of my pastime. Re-enter Subtle in his velvet cap and gown. Is this the cunning man? Face. This is his worship. Dab. Is he a doctor? Face. Yes. Dab. And how you broke with him, Captain? Face. Dab. And how? Face. Faith, he does make the matter, sir, so dainty, I know not what to say. Dab. Not so, good Captain. Face. Would I were fairly rid on't, believe me. Dab. Nay, now you grieve me, sir. Why should you wish so? I dare assure you, I'll not be ungrateful. Face. I cannot think you will, sir. But the law is such a thing, and then he says, reads matter fulling so lately. Dab. Read. He was an ass, and dealt, sir, with a fool. Face. It was a clerk, sir. Dab. A clerk. Face. Nay, hear me, sir. You know the law better, I think. Dab. I should, sir, and the danger. You know, I showed the statute to you. Face. You did so. Dab. And will I tell then? By this hand of flesh, would it might never write good courthand more, if discover. What do you think of me, that I am a chios? Face. What's that? Dab. The Turk was, here, as one would say, do you think I am a Turk? Face. I'll tell the doctor so. Dab. Do, good sweet Captain. Face. Come, noble doctor, pray the let's prevail. This is the gentleman, and he is no chios. Sub. Captain, I have returned you all my answer. I would do much, sir, for your love, but this I neither may, nor can. Face. Tut, do not say so. You deal now with a noble fellow, doctor, one that will thank you richly, and he is no chios. Let that, sir, move you. Sub. Pray you, forbear. Face. He has 4 angels here. Sub. You do me wrong, good sir. Face. Doctor, wherein? To tempt you with these spears. Sub. To tempt my ardent love, sir, to my peril. For even, I scarce can think you are my friend, that so would draw me to apparent danger. Face. I draw you. A horse draw you, and a halter, you, and your flies together. Dab. Nay, good Captain. Face. That know no difference of men. Sub. But words, sir. Face. Good deeds, sir, Dr. Dog's meat. Slight, I bring you no cheating Climo the clouds or clarables, that look as big as 5 and 50, and flush, and spit out secrets like hot custard. Dab. Captain. Face. Nor any melancholic underscribe, shall tell the vicar, but a special gentle, that is the heir to 40 marks a year, consorts with the small poets of the time, is the sole hope of his old grandmother, that knows the law, and writes you 6 fair hands, is a fine clerk, and has his ciphering perfect. Will take his Otho the Greek Xenophon, if need be, in his pocket, and concord his mistress out of Ovid. Dab. Nay, dear Captain. Face. Did you not tell me so? Dab. Yes, but I'd ha you use Master Doctor with some more respect. Face. Hang him, proud stag, with his broad velvet head, but for your sake, I choke ere I would change an article of breath with such a puck fist. Come, let's be gone. Going? Sub. Pray you let me speak with you. Dab. His worship calls you, Captain. Face. I am sorry I embarked myself in such a business. Dab. Nay, good sir, he did call you. Face. Will he take then? Sub. First, hear me. Face. Not a syllable, lest you take. Sub. Pray, sir. Face. Upon no terms but an assumption. Sub. Your humor must be a law. He takes the money. Face. Why now, sir, talk. Now I dare hear you with mine honor. Speak. So may this gentleman too. Sub. Why, sir, offering to whisper. Face. Face. No whispering. Sub. For heathen, you do not apprehend the loss you do yourself in this. Face. Wherein? For what? Sub. Marry, to be so importunate for one that, when he has it, will undo you all. He'll win up all the money I the town. Face. How? Sub. Yes, and blow up gamister after gamister, as they do crackers in a puppet play. If I do give him a familiar, give you him all you play for. Never set him, for he will have it. Face. You're mistaken, doctor. Why, he does ask one, but for cups and horses, a rifling fly, none o' your great familiars. Dab. Yes, Captain, I would have it for all games. Sub. I told you so. Face. Taking Dab. Aside. Slight, that is a new business. I understood you, a tame bird, to fly twice in a term, or so, on Friday nights, when you had left the office, for a nag of 40 or 50 shillings. Dab. 'Tis true, sir, but I do think, now, I shall leave the law, and therefore, Face. Why, this changes quite the case. Do you think, that I dare move him? Dab. If you please, sir, all's one to him, to see. Face. What, for that money? I cannot with my conscience, nor should you make the request, methinks. Dab. No, sir, I mean to add consideration. Face. Why then, sir, I'll try. Goes to Subtle. Say that it were for all games, Doctor. Sub. I say then, not a mouth shall leave for him at any ordinary, but on the score, that is a gaming mouth, conceive me. Face. Indeed. Sub. He'll draw you all the treasure of the realm, if it be set in. Face. Speak you this from art. Sub. Sir, and reason too, the ground of art. He is of the only best complexion, the queen of fairy loves. Face. What? Is he? Sub. Peace. He'll overhear you. Sir, should she but see him. Face. What? Sub. Do not you tell him. Face. Will he win at cards too? Sub. The spirits of dead Holland, living Isaac, you swear, were in him. Such a vigorous lack as cannot be resisted. Slight, he'll put 6 of your gallants to a cloak. Indeed. Face. A strange success, that some man shall be born to. Sub. He hears you, man, dap. Sir, I'll not be ingrateful. Face. Faith, I have confidence in his good nature. You hear, he says he will not be ingrateful. Sub. Why, as you please, my venture follows yours. Face. Troth, do it, doctor, think him trusty, and make him. He may make us both happy in an hour, win some £5,000, and send us to on. Dap. Believe it, and I will, sir. Face. And you shall, sir. You have heard all. Dap. No, what was? Nothing, sir. Face takes him aside. Face. Nothing. Dap. A little, sir. Face. Well, a rare star reigned at you birth. Dap. At mine, sir. No. Face. The doctor swears that you are sub. Nay, captain, you'll tell all now. Face. Allied to the queen of fairy. Dap. Who? That I am. Believe it, no such matter. Face. Yes, and that you were born with a caul on your head. Dap. Who says so? Face. Come, you know it well enough, though you dissemble it. Dap. By fact, I do not, you are mistaken. Face. How? Swear by your fact, and in a thing so known unto the doctor. How shall we, sir, trust you? I the other matter. Can we ever think, when you have won £5,000 or £6,000, you'll send us shares in by this rate? Dap. By Jove, sir, I'll win £10,000, and send you half. I fax no oath. Sub. No, no, he did but jest. Face. Go thank the doctor. He's your friend, to take it so. Dap. I thank his worship. Face. So. Another angel. Dap. Must I? Face. Must you? Slight, what else is thanks? Will you be trivial? Doctor. Dapper gives him the money. When must he come for his familiar? Dap. Shall I not ha it with me? Sub. Oh, good sir. There must a world of ceremonies pass. You must be bathed and fumigated first. Besides, the queen of fairy does not rise till it be noon. Face. Not as she dank it tonight. Sub. And she must bless it. Face. Did you never see her royal grace yet? Dap. Whom? Face. Your aunt of fairy. Sub. Not since she kissed him in the cradle, captain, I can resolve you that. Face. Well, see her grace, whatever it cost you, for a thing that I know. It will be somewhat hard to compass, but however, see her. You are made, believe it, if you can see her. Her grace is a lone woman, and very rich, and if she take a fancy, she will do strange things. See her, at any hand. Slit, she may have to leave you all she has. It is the doctor's fear. Dap. How will it be done, then? Face. Let me alone, take you no thought. Do you but say to me, Captain, I'll see her grace. Dap. Captain, I'll see her grace. Face. Enough. One knocks without. Sub. Who's there? Anon. Aside to Face. Conduct him forth by the back way. Sir, against 1 o'clock prepare yourself, till when you must be fasting, only take 3 drops of vinegar in at your nose, 2 at your mouth, and 1 at either ear, then bathe your fingers' ends and wash your eyes, to sharpen your 5 senses, and cry hum thrice, and then buzz as often. And then come. Exit. Face. Can you remember this? Dap. I warned you. Face. Well then, away. It is but you bestowing some 20 nobles among her grace's servants, and put on a clean shirt. You do not know what grace her grace may do you in clean linen. Excellent face and dapper.